Namaste, dear listeners, and welcome to the AIWA channel Astro Inudabi, bringing in awareness by Abi, oneness in astrology and spirituality. Thank you for all your lovely messages. I'm here to discuss a very important question that was given to me some time back, and this is something that has been coming through very, very often. But the first time I got such a question was over maybe 3 years ago. Actually, 4 years ago. And from then, I cannot count how many times I was given this question. And this is a question that will always be there. Abhi, how does one become spiritual? I've tried everything, but nothing seems to be working. Look, it's a very valid question. It's a valid question. Why? Because a lot of people are actually trying to become spiritual in their heads. A lot of people are trying to become spiritual, and they're like, okay, how come nothing is happening? Why am I not elevating? Why am I not able to transcend? Why am I not able to have certain capabilities? I mean, I had one question not too long ago. I had somebody that tells me, Abhi, I want to be like you. I want to know what you know. Please, can you guide me? Now, dear listeners, firstly, I want to let you know that you are spirit. You are already spiritual. It's just that you have a misunderstanding of what spirituality is. So, I think the first thing that I'm going to do on this podcast is explain what spirituality is. So, the question that I'm going to actually answer is what spirituality is. Or what is spirituality? For me, spirituality means life. We are all life. For me, ality means life and spirit. So, life, the life of the spirit. So when I ask this question to myself, what is my true nature? I am spirit soul. I am life. So I am no different from you. You are also spirit soul. So fundamentally, what spirituality is, it means that I am life and I want to create the best experiences that life can possibly experience. That is the spiritual path. The path to allow life to have the most profound experiences through various activities. Now, we will discuss the activities in my next podcast as to how you can bring about the best experiences as life or as spirit. We are all spiritual beings having a material experience. Because we are in the physical world, in the material world, we are having both a spiritual and a material experience. But because we get entangled with material nature, we get entangled with all of the complexities of the material world, we forget about the spirit. So we have less spiritual experiences and more material experiences, and this has a ripple effect, and we get more entangled with the material dimensions of life, and therefore we're unable to perceive more than the material. Therefore we start to say that if I don't see it, I don't believe it. If I cannot see with my two eyes, it's not there. People start to just look at science, and if it's not scientific, they don't understand, they don't want to get into it. They start walking down a very treacherous life after that. Maybe treacherous is not the word, but for me it's the right word. To the spirit, it's a crime to the spirit to not allow it itself to be fed by spiritual food. The body will go, the spirit never goes. The spirit lasts forever. There's no forever. There's no tomorrow and the next day in spirit. Spirit is only the now. It's always existing. So it's the biggest crime to commit to the spirit, to starve it of spiritual food. And spiritual food is spiritual wisdom. allowing the spirit to have the most profound experiences through various practices, which I shall talk on the next podcast. So it's very, very important, dear listeners, to understand that spirituality doesn't mean Hinduism, Muslim, and all of these kind of things that people are thinking it is, and putting your hands together and all of these kind of things. No, spirituality means allowing life to have its most profound experiences, and there's different ways to get there. Some will say my way is the best way, the other one will say his way is the best way, and they'll classify it as some kind of religion. And this is just the ego segregating here and there, which is going on for thousands of years, and it will still continue to go on. That will never change. But as long as you change, that's all. That's all that matters. As long as you understand, that's all that matters. And the more people that understand, eventually collectively they can be, a major shift. But that is a. I'm not focused on those kind of things. I'm focused purely on as long as you can make a shift in how you see things. The start is there. That's the start. So, namaste, dear listeners. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast, and please share to the people that you think will benefit from such insight. Jai Shri Ram, Om Namah Shivaya, Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you very much.